Hey, Journey Church, I just wanted to send a quick video, quick update to our COVID-19 response as a church. I haven't had to do one of these videos in a while because it didn't really seem like a whole lot of things have changed, but we know that several things have changed, especially in our state, in the last week or two, and I wanted to fill you in on where we're moving and how we're going to be doing things as a church in this week and then into our summer. 4 quick things I want you to know. All right, number one, and I'm reading my notes here, all right? In our state, in the state of North Carolina, they have removed the mandates for masks and the statewide mandate for masks, for occupancy limits, and for social distancing, all right? So that's going to affect our church, all right? We're going to take down all the signs this coming weekend, and this is going to return to where we were, at the beginning of this pandemic, which is going to be completely self-governed, okay? It's going to be your responsibility to do what you believe is best for you and your family, okay? If you remember, and we've been operating this way the whole time, we cannot enforce anything when it comes to masks, and therefore we will not police it, okay? We really need to respect the fact that you have the choice to make. We have people that have continued to worship at home, perfectly fine. You continue to worship in person, perfectly fine. People are going to continue to wear masks. That's perfectly fine. But we've been trying to honor our state's mandate that has officially changed, and so we will change that as well, all right? Number 2, we are no longer going to require registration for our KidStreet, okay, for our family ministry for KidStreet. Up to this point, we've been using that to sort of help us know volunteer-wise who we needed, and early on that was kind of the call for it and to help limit classroom sizes. But we really do believe that right now we've got a steady flow of amazing volunteers in our family ministry and in KidStreet. We believe that with the growth, with our one service that's happening right now at 10 a.m., we can handle the growth and the children that are coming back and returning to in-person worship. And so we're going to take that away. You don't have to register your kids before Sunday anymore. Most of you are waiting until Saturday night, which is fine, but we're going to take away you having to do that starting this Sunday, all right? Number 3, even though social distancing has changed in terms of the requirements, we are not actually going to change the seats in the auditorium in terms of the spacing really all that quickly. We might change it a little bit throughout the summer, but we're really going to continue to leave our space a little bit more spaced out, all right? And we want to let you know why we're doing that. We just believe with one service, we've got plenty of room to continue to grow, and we're going to leave our chairs as they are, and we might change that again, but it'll be slowly over the summer, all right? Number 4, and this is really more of an impassioned plea from your pastor. Moving forward, I want us to really work hard not to give in to what our culture has been doing over the last 12, 13, 14 months, which is sort of pitting people against one another to assume the worst about someone else, to assume that someone's living in fear, to assume that someone is just a sheep, to assume that people are anti-vaxxers, to assume that people, are conspiracy theorists, to assume that people hate your grandmother or hate children and want your pets to die. This culture we've been in over the past really over a year has done a good job at bringing out the worst in us as people. And I know that as things change, we have to be intentional about assuming the best. All right, assuming the best. There's going to be people that continue to wear masks when they come to worship with us, come in and out of our building, come to events, and that is perfectly fine. Again, this is self-governed. That is perfectly fine. There will be reasons why they choose to do that, and we do not want to assume the worst. We want to assume the best. There's lots of reasons why people will be shedding their mask with vaccinations and having had COVID before, and we've seen it already happening in our church. When you see someone without a mask, I do not want you to assume the worst. I want you to assume the best, okay? Assume the best of one another. The writer of Hebrews tells us that we need to not neglect meeting together. That's why we're back in-person worship. All right? Don't neglect meeting together and spur one another on, right? Encourage one another to love and good works. And that's the culture and the goal of us as a church as we meet together. I don't want to see this continue to divide our people and to divide people around this issue, all right? As a church, we exist for one thing, that's to humbly point everyone to the absolute hope that is Jesus Christ, all right? And I believe as a church, we've continued that mission, even through COVID, even through the pandemic, through this bridge era. And as we come out of it, it's not going to be quick. It's going to be a transition over the next several weeks into the summer. And I want you, as we move forward as a church, just remember, I want you to assume the best of one another. Love one another and encourage one another to good works. I will continue to update you if things continue to change. But as for now, that's the last update. Thanks, guys.